Yo, what's going on, boys and girls? How the devil are we? It's your old pal Shanksy, and welcome to my roster reviews, where we look at yours. Well, maybe not yours, but somebody's roster that's asked for it, and we have a little look what they're doing, where they're going with it, and if we can offer them any advice whatsoever. Now, these are really good for a couple of reasons. One, you can look at how many days played, where they're at, how much they've spent, and compare that to your roster and see if you're moving in a similar direction or indeed a better or worse direction, and hopefully get some tips and tricks while we're at it. Now, before we get into today's roster, if you're interested in having your roster looked at, there are links to the Discord down below. There is a small charge for the service, but if you join the Discord, have a little look and drop me over a DM if you're interested. I look forward to hearing from you. But without further ado, let's get into this roster, shall we? Yo, what's going on, boys and girls? How the devil are we? Shanksy here. And today, we've got a really special roster review. It is our first one that we are going to be doing a recap on that we've already done the video on. So this is for Mr. Psychohunter 30. He had a roster review originally at the 325 day mark. That was about 65 days ago, so that's about 390 days played now. And I'm going to attempt to do something where the initial video appears there now. If it didn't appear there now, I didn't work out how to link it in, and it'll be at the end of the video. Don't judge me. I'm trying. So, in the last time, in the 390 days that he's been playing, he spent about $200. He's got a total collection power of 3.5 million, strongest team power of 355k. He's been War MVP for Stormbreaker Unlimited 10 times, 122 of the characters collected, 27 of them at the max rank, all-time arena rank 65, and his current arena rank is 148. Now, obviously, without Phoenix in the arena, it's really, really, really tough to make any traction, right? Really, really tough to make any traction. Just under 5,500 blitz wins as well. So, as always, what we're going to do is we're going to go through the roster, then have a little look at the save teams, work out what I would be working on, work out where I would be focusing on, and then after this video, I'm actually going to have a Discord call with him and hopefully sort out some war teams. But obviously, I won't be showing you the war teams in this video because that would be giving far too much away. Right, top of the shop, let's get started. We have got a 6 Red Star Falcon. Very, 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 very nice. 81k there. Scientist Supreme, 61k. Iron Fist there at 52. Shield Medic at 46. Graviton at 43. Behind my big fat head, we've got Loki at 42. Sif at 40. A Monstrosity at 40. Kree Cyborg at 40. And Hela at 38k. Now, these are all favorited, obviously. So we've got Tech Wing at the top. We've got Shield Medic there at level 71. Looking pretty damn tasty. Once we get that 7-star, we can unfavourite that and not worry too much about it. I wouldn't be really looking at pushing up to 75 with Shield Medic. Same with Iron Fist. I'd be getting him up to the 7-star, then binning him off, as it were. And that's about all we've got there at the moment. So obviously the makings of a Tech Wing team with that massive Falcon and that massive Scientist Supreme, looking damn tasty. Then we go down to Kree Noble at 36k, Captain Marvel at level 66, 35k, pretty much 36. Thor at 35, Aim Assaulter at 35, Heimdall at 33, Aim Security at 31, Shocker at 25, Nova at 23, and Hand Assassin there at 6 stars. So, if I'm not mistaken, straight away, with Hand Assassin at 6 stars, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to get that Phoenix lock this time around. Then we've got that monstrosity of a Rocket Raccoon, level 71, 79k, 6 red stars on that bad boy. Very nice indeed. And if you notice where I am right now, he's literally just promoted Rocket Raccoon to 6 stars. I reckon that was the purpose of this video. Going little bit of a brag there. Look what I pulled, Shanksy. I like your style. Right, then we move down to basically the top of the shop, as it were now, with Punisher there at 49k, Luke Cage at 49, Shield Security, level 71, 49k. And I really do believe that level 71 is imperative for Shield Security. I really do. Thanos there at 71, 48k, Magneto at 47, again level 71. Now, for those that don't know, you get a big jump in focus and resistance from 70 to 71. Then 72 and 73 aren't that great at levels. Then 74 and 75 are really strong as well. So if you're taking a character up to like gear tier 12, level 71 is absolutely perfect. If you want to then start taking them up to gear tier 13 or something, then you want to start looking at like 75s and whatnot. Agent Coulson there at 46. We've got Crossbones at 44, Rescue at 43, Pyro at 43, and Kree Reaper at 43 as well. Then we move down to Groot at 65k, 66 pretty much. That's going to be a tremendous Rocket and Groot combo at big levels there. I like that a lot. 5 stars on Groot. We've got a massive Nick Fury there at 65k. Really nice. Can't wait to see what he looks like when he gets up to 7 starred. Ultron there at 62. Shuri at 58. We got 56 on Minerva, again level 75. It's a big jump, and especially if you're using it for Tech Wing, I type of get it. Like, Minerva's a character that at the moment I've left at 71. But if you're using her predominantly for Tech Wing, you've got to keep in mind you're doing them raids every single day, and it does make sense to take up your main raid team to 75. You know, the extra focus, extra resistance. So we can already see the Tech Wing 75 for Shuri, Ultron, Minerva, Falcon, and Scientist Supreme. That's a really strong Tech Wing straight away. We got Daredevil there at level 70, 55k, Jessica Jones at 52, Shield Assault at 51, Jugs at 51, then Star-Lord at 51. Moving on down to Mystique at 40k, Mantis at 40, Ronan the Accuser at 39, Sabretooth at 39, Kree Royal Guard at 37, War Machine at 37, Kree Oracle at 36, Mordo at 36, Spider-Man at 36, and Operative at 35. See, one thing I would say, I think maybe some of the Kree have gone up too high. There are a lot of 65, 68s and stuff like that. With the Kree team, for a 7-star unlock for Fury, you can actually get away with about level 60, sorry. Although you're probably going to end up working on them eventually. You know, they're not a terrible defense team. They're not a terrible attack team. But I would try, especially if you're looking at unlocking Fury, guys, try to cap out there about level 60. You don't want to push a Kree too hard. They're okay, but they're certainly not meta by any stretch of the imagination. Ronan is the bit of an exception. Like, when he goes with the Kree team, he does make them a little bit better, and it all depends on what raid you're on in the Greeks as well. But yeah, try and cap out there about level 60 until you go back to work on them for a full team, as it were. Then we move down to Drax at 35, level 62. Now, if you're running him instead of Thanos with the Guardians, we're going to want him a little bit higher so he can tank that initial shot. Vulture at 33, Wolverine at 32, Mysterio at 30, Vision there at 30, Okoye at 29, Iron Man at 29, Rhino at 28, with Merc Riot Guard at 28, and Doctor Strange at 27. Moving on down to Green Goblin at 27, Gamora at 26, Black Panther at 26, Storm at 25, pretty much 26, Scarlet Witch there at 25, Shield Trooper at 25, Miles Morales at 24, with Carnage, Venom, and Boomer all at 24. I definitely would not be taking any more on Boomer at this point in time, like, at all. I know a lot of people use him to unlock Star-Lord as part of the Marauders and stuff. Sorry, the Ravengers. But yeah, I've got mine at 6 stars, man. Like, 6 red stars, and I still haven't worked on him. Like, he's just very lackluster. Yondu there at 23, Killmonger at 22, Mbaku at 22, Merc Lieutenant at 22, Miss Marvel there at 21, Colossus at 21, Korath at 21, Elektra at 21, Hand Sorceress at 19, and Hawkeye there at 19 as well. Moving on down to Deadpool at 19, Bullseye at 18, Hand Sentry at 18. Then we see the first of the Fantastic Four, Invisible Woman, at 18-1, Moving on down to Namor at 17.9, Captain America at 17.3, Hulk at 17, Hand Archer at 17, Psylocke at 16, Merc Sniper there at 16 as well. Moving on down to Cable. Then we see the rest of the Fantastic Four. 15-7, 15-1, and The Thing at 15. Ant-Man at 14, Wasp at 14, Winter Soldier, Elsa Bloodstone, Handblade Master, and Quake. Now, you guys know what I'm going to say straight away. You guys know what I'm going to say straight away is the Fantastic Four, now that they're farmable, would be my #1 priority, without a shadow of a doubt. They are excellent in war, absolutely excellent as an offensive team in war, and one of the best counters to one of the biggest problems that I encounter during war personally is those Asgardians, and I feel like the Fantastic Four are the ones to get rid of them. So yeah, definitely would be working on them. And that Namor as well, we've got 3 red stars on him. Invisible Woman, we've got 3 stars. Human Torch, we've got 4. Thing, we've got 3. Mr. Fantastic, we've got 3. They're all farmable now. That is a real solid team to be working on. Quake there at 14. Then we're going to move down to Kingpin at 13, Black Widow at 13, Nebula at 13, Night Nurse, Stitcher, Bruiser, American Chavez, Winter Soldier, Stripe, Hydra Sniper. All of the usual suspects coming in down there, down the bottom. Hydra Scientist, Hydra Armor Guard, Rifle Trooper, Infector, Grenadier, Researcher. Then we've got Cyclops. We've got 4 red stars on Cyclops. Ghost Rider is in there as well. Mr. Sinister, Crystal, Yo-Yo, and Karnak. Right. You've got some real big teams, but obviously we've also now got to keep in a Phoenix. The event is running right now, and we know we're going to be spending resources on Phoenix. So there's a lot that we could be working on without a shadow of a doubt. A lot of the meta teams, as it were, you know, with the Inhumans. The Inhumans are still solid without Black Bolt. They're not amazing without Black Bolt. The X-Men are still solid without Phoenix. They're not amazing without Phoenix. But those 2 characters make them amazing. We've got an incredibly low Fantastic Four team. And let's have a little look at the save squads. Because is it going to be worth putting in the resources now to the X-Men, as we know that Phoenix is going to be coming up? Or do we want to work on those Fantastic Four for war? Oh, it's a tough one. I think we'd have to stick with Phoenix right now, right? I think we'd have to stick with Phoenix. And you're in a fairly unique position as well now that you've got Cyclops before Phoenix. And some of these X-Men aren't incredibly high. You know, we've got Psylocke here around the 16 mark. So we take Cyclops above Psylocke. We don't worry about working on Psylocke. We work on Cyclops instead with Phoenix. And all of a sudden you've got Phoenix, Cyclops, Wolverine, Storm, and Colossus would be the ones that I'm working on. And even not being funny, that's a pretty damn decent like arena team as well at that point. But you've already got Ultron, so literally without a shadow of a doubt, Phoenix is going to be the #1 priority, and I would make Cyclops my #2 priority just to get that team above and beyond real quick. But let's have a little look at the save squads, guys, and see what we can see. So, right, top of the shop, we know what team it was going to be. We've got the BKT team there at the top of the shop. Perfect positioning, looking really, really solid. The only thing that I might do is move Thanos to where Minerva is, and then Thanos can also feed energy over to Rocket and Minerva. The energy going towards Groot, I don't really feel like it helps that much, so I might just move Thanos into the middle there. Then we've got the Shield team, and if this is your defense team as well, what we want to be doing is moving Medic over to where Fury is, because we don't want Medic and Coulson next to each other taking that splash damage. If Coulson goes down, Medic's going to bring Coulson straight back. We don't want them both to go down at the same time. Make things a little bit trickier for our opposition. We're going to move Medic slightly over there to where Fury is, and then we've got a real solid loadout on that team. Then we move down to the 259 Pun Fenders. Solid positioning, wouldn't change anything with that team, nor would I continue to work on them. I've fallen out of love recently with the Pun Fenders. I really have, guys. And it breaks my heart to say it, but I've fallen out of love with them. Then we move down to the Brotherhood team. We've got 223k knocking around there. And everyone's really solid level-wise as well. We've got 51 there with the tank, 47, 43, 39 and 40. Obviously, these guys will eventually be coming off, with Mystique and Sabretooth eventually coming off to form up the Marauders team, and that's why we've got Toad and Blob coming in as well. So this team's going to change remarkably. And again, the two lowest on the team, which is quite nice, the two lowest on the team will be going off to their own little team. Then we've got power armor there. We've got an absolutely massive power armor. Great punch-up potential in war, especially with that big Falcon. That's going to be punching up against a lot of BKT teams really, really nicely because of that Falcon ult. You know, that Falcon ult and that damage that he gets in war is redonkulous. You know, 9 times out of 10, I bet you don't even get to War Machine's go. Then we've got the AIM team. I really like this AIM team as well. With instead of Researcher, we've got Assaulter and Security. I really, really like that team. Decent numbers across the board there as well at 213k power. Moving down to the Kree team at 200k. I'll pretty much leave them where they are. I wouldn't be working on them at all anymore. Now, Storm being in this team is a little bit bizarre to me. But it could just be that she's quite high, and that's like our highest character that we're not using, and that makes sense with Ultron. You know, you almost throw in who you're not using with Ultron to get them extra points in blitzes and stuff like that. I like Trooper being next to Crossbones. Crossbones obviously taunts turn 1, so then Trooper's got a little bit of damage. Operative there for a little bit of health. Then once Ultron gets his minions in, it's JD, job done. 190k on the Asgardian team, and again, no real problems with that. We've got maybe switch over Heimdall for Thor, and then you've got Sif tanking. Heimdall's pretty tanky anyway, so maybe move Thor over to where Heimdall is. Heimdall can tank a little bit more damage, but that's a real solid team, as we all know. And out of all of them guys, I would be working on Hela as and when possible. Hela's a beast. Hela's an absolute beast. Right, then we've got the 160k Wakandan team. Now, you've got a very similar problem to my Wakandan team, is where Shuri is super powerful and the rest aren't. Now, I've been working on my Wakandan team a little bit because they're a great punch-up in war for the Brawlers team. And everybody's got a Brawlers team on defense. Like the World and his wife has got a Brawlers team on defense. And these guys are a really, really nice counter to the Brawlers team. Turn 1, focus on Miss Marvel, get that M'Baku taunt up. Captain Marvel blows into M'Baku, but you've already dropped Miss Marvel before turn 2, and then you all focus on Captain Marvel, and then you get clear the squad, right? It's a really, really nice punch-up team. I've not been a massive fan of the Wakandans up until late, when I worked out they could punch up against the Brawlers. Like, now, I quite like them. Then we've got the Brawlers team down here, and it all depends on this Miss Marvel. She is worth taking up to at least get tier 4s into her passive. Once you get tier 4s into her passive, this becomes a much, much stronger team immediately. Sinister 6, we're knocking around 145k. Nothing wrong with them. Obviously, I would be working on them a little bit, but they're not a priority at this point in time. Going down to the Supernatural team now, we know Ghost Rider and Elsa are pretty low, so putting in Carnage and Venom are absolutely fine. They apply really good debuffs and stuff like that. And then can't think of a name for the love nor money. Scarlet Witch can then spread them around and extend them. So I like that team a lot. We've then got a bit of a makeshift team down here where we're throwing in a few people. Now, to be fair, what I might do is put Storm in this team and put Mantis with Ultron. So if you put Mantis with Ultron, Storm into this team, Mantis is more points straight away. So it's a guaranteed win team with Mantis because Ultron, obviously. And then Storm, at least you've got the bonuses of having an X-Men on the team and stuff like that. Might not be a bad shout. Then we move down to 145k here. We've got Bullseye, Merc, Riot Guard. We've got one of the Kree, Cable, Winter Soldier. Again, we're just making use of the points. And there's nothing wrong with that, you know, for blitz rotations and stuff. Just making use of the points. They're not great teams, but you've got to spend your investment where you can, right? Then we have got Merc Lieutenant, Kingpin, Hand Sentry. We've got Korath and Yondu. Again, Offense up on turn 2 for Yondu's ult. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. And we're making use of the points. Now, I really like this War Avengers team. This is a team that I've been running quite a bit recently, predominantly in War. And I really like this team, especially for defense as well. Now, I would probably be getting rid of Quake and putting someone else in there, but we'll have to have a little look at that. Now we look at the Fantastic Four, and this would be my number 2 priority. So number 1 would be getting them X-Men up, right? Number 1 would be getting them X-Men up. Number 2, this is where it gets tricky. I would personally want to get Yo-Yo up. I feel like Yo-Yo is such an amazing character. Like, such an amazing character. I even run her in my arena defense at the moment. Like, Yo-Yo is phenomenal. But for War, Fantastic Four are phenomenal. We're warring 3 times a week. They're all farmable now. It makes a lot of sense to start working on these guys. Especially for like Mr. Fantastic, where you can farm him out every day. We need to get him favorited. We need to spend about 100 energy every day on him now. You know, like he's in the war store. Namor's a little bit tougher. The Thing's pretty easy, but yeah, Namor's a little bit tougher. But these 4 guys we definitely need to be working on. And then as a result of working on our Sinister Six, we'll also get Invisible Woman, right? And then last but not least, we've got the Hand Team. Hand Team need a rework. I totally get why you're using them at this point in time, making use of the points, but they need a rework so bloody badly. It's ridiculous. And this team down here will eventually be our X-Men team, where we've already got Psylocke. We'll move the other X-Men team into there, and we'll probably end up moving these characters around to make use for that. But yeah, that's going to be your X-Men squad, as it were, and Cyclops will be the one. Wouldn't really be working too much on Psylocke. It is quite situational where who you want to replace on the team, whether it be Psylocke or Storm. It is quite situational. But in your case, where Psylocke is so low, it makes more sense skipping Psylocke entirely at the moment, working on Cyclops and making a much stronger team at this point in time. So guys, that is going to be it for me today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope it's helped. I hope I've given you a bit of insight to what I would do. And as I say, Phoenix is going to be the number 1 priority. So Phoenix and the X-Men, it just makes sense. Phoenix an absolute beast. Then the Fantastic Four mainly for War. Yo-Yo would be my 3rd priority afterwards. Now, obviously, Yo-Yo would change if, say, for example, the Asgardians became farmable in that time. But Yo-Yo is phenomenal. Like, phenomenal. So that would be my 3 points of call at this point in time. But, guys and girls at home, what would you do if you took over Mr. Psychohunter's roster right now? I'm intrigued to know your thoughts. I look forward to seeing them down below. And yeah, Psycho, I hope you've enjoyed the roster review, my friend. And I look forward to catching up with you on that Discord call for your war teams. But until next time, boys and girls, Discord links all down below. You know the drill. And I'll see you on the next video. Take it easy.